This is the story of the world's deadliest aircraft. Long before the sun rises, a quiet bustle begins inside the hangars of Hurlburt Field Air Base. This massive airframe, sleeping in the darkness with its 4 turboprop engines, looks like an ordinary cargo plane, but it isn't. Built on the C-130 Hercules platform, this machine is the most heavily armed, most feared fixed-wing fire support platform in aviation history, and tonight it has a mission once again. What makes the AC-130A true gunship is that devastating weapons battery mounted on the left side of its fuselage. A 25mm GAU-12 Gatling gun, a 40mm Bofors autocannon, and the largest weapon ever mounted on an aircraft, a 105mm M102 Howitzer. Now, as hundreds of rounds and dozens of guided munitions are loaded one by one into place, this aircraft transforms into a flying arsenal. The flight crew reviews every last detail during the mission briefing: target coordinates, threat zones, the positions of friendly forces on the ground, and egress routes. Because on this mission, the margin for error is 0. An AC-130 crew consists of a specialized team of 13, from pilots to sensor operators, fire control officers to gunners and loadmasters, each of whom has completed years of elite training. Long before the engines even start, the mission has already begun, right here in this room, inside these mines. 4 Rolls-Royce T-56 turboprop engines roar to life one after another, and a combined 17,000 horsepower awakens. A heart now beats inside this quiet giant. As its 70-ton airframe turns from the taxiway onto the runway, ground control gives the final clearance, and the runway lights stretch toward the horizon like an arrow piercing the darkness. From this moment on, the countdown has begun. At the end of that runway, there is either the sky or the unacceptable weight of a mission abort. The throttle is pushed forward, all 4 engines scream in unison, and 70 tons of steel breaks free from the pavement. The AC-130 no longer belongs to the Earth. As it climbs, city lights shrink behind it, navigation lights are switched off, and the aircraft buries itself into the darkest layers of the sky. Now only radar knows it's there. At this hour of the night, this shadow, invisible to anyone looking up from the ground, has already become a nightmare for the enemy. Over the area of operations, the AC-130 enters a pylon turn, banking its left wing toward the ground. It begins orbiting the target in a fixed circle, and this is what transforms it into the most patient, most relentless hunter in the sky. The multispectral sensors lining its fuselage, infrared cameras, low-light television systems, and synthetic aperture radar turn the darkness of night into an advantage. They can detect a human silhouette from 20,000 feet.
Full view.
While the world below sleeps, the AC-130 sees everything, tracks every movement, and once the fire control computer locks onto a target, escape is no longer an option. The moment the fire control officer calls "cleared hot," the silence is shattered. First, the 30mm autocannon rains steel on the target at 200 rounds per minute. Then the 105mm howitzer fires with a deafening boom that shakes the aircraft's entire airframe with its shockwave. 20,000 feet below, guided munitions and cannon rounds reach their targets with surgical precision, and friendly forces on the ground hear those reassuring words crackle over the radio. Rounds complete. Good effect on target. The AC-130 keeps orbiting. Its sensors conduct an immediate battle damage assessment, and if needed, the next fire sequence is ready within seconds. Because this machine was not built for a single pass. It was built to dominate the battlefield with sustained, relentless firepower. The troops on the ground are safe. The targets have been neutralized, and the final message over the radio confirms this mission has been completed successfully. The AC-130 has proven its worth once again. Mission control screens go dark, weapon systems are safed, and on the faces of the crew there is a quiet but profound professional satisfaction. There is no celebration, only the solemn weight of a duty fulfilled. From Vietnam to Iraq, Afghanistan to Syria, across an operational history spanning more than half a century, the AC-130 has always done the same thing. It came in the dark, completed its mission, and vanished. As the first light of dawn appears on the horizon, the AC-130 returns home quietly, arriving with the same silence it departed with. And when the wheels touch down on the runway, that relentless hunter that circled the sky all night long looks like just an ordinary airplane once again. As the crew descends the stairs, the sun hits their faces. These people, who controlled the battlefield from within the darkness just hours ago, now walk silently to the debrief room and file their reports.